Today we're going to take a little change of pace here. We're not going to talk so much about technology today. We're not going to use that other T word that's been discussed a little bit at the conference. We're going to talk about change. We're going to talk about all these ideas that you're gathering up from folks here in the room and things that you're gathering up online. I've enjoyed the online conversation, by the way. And talk about how do you implement some of that back at your institution. It can be frustrating. You go to a conference and you end up taking all these great ideas and this energy and this motivation and excitement and go back to, well, most of you have your laptop open, so maybe not all the hundreds of emails. But you go back and you've got the pile on your desk. You've got the meetings to go to. You've got the people you have to convince that you've got the right idea. And that can be frustrating. So today we're going to talk about that. I asked some folks online. I used that one tool. You probably have heard of it. I won't use the word. But we used that one tool a couple days ago. I asked folks online, some of you here in the room, what bugs you the most about implementing new ideas at your institution? So I want to share some of those ideas with you that they threw out there. We don't seem to have time for that. See if any of this resonates with you. Needing to be in control of the message. Not wanting to take risks. Fearing the 1% that may abuse it. Does this sound familiar? Good ideas get ruined or watered down by the middle manager level due to fear and inexperience. Thank you, Carlin. I really like that one. Fear. You start to hear that go about in some of these conversations, some of these ideas. New ideas do not happen enough. I love that one. Not enough ideas. Need to copy what others are doing. Seems like we all need to copy what everybody else is doing in this industry because we think we may be missing out on something, right? And this one, how many people have to be involved? How many people have to voice their opinion? While I was doing some research for this keynote, I found some quotes. You guys remember hearing this quote before? Rather recently? I love the last line. I threw this out there online yesterday to see what kind of reactions I'd get. We are the change that we seek. If you're looking to change your institution, if you're looking to implement new ideas, you are the ones who can do that. So how do we do that? That's what today's all about. The title of this keynote is biz.edu, and you'll get a sense as to why I called it that in a few minutes. This is who said that, our president. That is a great quote. We are the change that we seek. Okay, I was taught by Jeff Pillay, our experienced evangelist, that whenever you do a presentation, you've got to manage expectations. So here it is. There's 3 parts of this keynote, so you know where I'm going to be going with this. First of all, we're going to do something very business-like. We're going to do a situation analysis. It's not so in-depth. It'll only take me about 2 minutes, but I'm going to lay out some ideas that you have all probably been dealing with. So we set the stage as what's the current environment that we're in higher education. And then I'm going to go indiscriminately crazy and throw out a bunch of ideas. We'll spend about 45 minutes doing that, right? And if you want to throw things at me, you're welcome to. I just ask that you keep the pen cap on, because I don't want to be speared with anything, okay? And then we're going to bring it back to you. Because ultimately, it's your responsibility to make that change happen, right? Institutions can't be held responsible for making change, but individuals can be. So we're going to bring it back at the end to your responsibility in this whole process. So to start out, I'm going to talk about one declaration of demise. I'm going to show 4 recent examples. I'm going to tell a quick personal story. Sound good? Hopefully we'll keep you all awake. I know it's an early morning for you. The Pedagogical Divide of 2009. You may have heard of this guy, Don Tapscott. He's the poster child for saying the demise of higher education is looming. He's comparing it to the auto industry. And he's been on podcasts. He's written a couple books. You might have read Growing Up Digital or Grown Up Digital, his most recent version of that. Talking about how higher education, particularly in its delivery of education, is off compared to who they were delivering it to. Long quote here. Basically what he's saying is, you're a student, an empty vessel, and I'm the professor. Get ready, here it comes. I'm going to dump all this knowledge on you, and then you're going to repeat it back to me. Doesn't sound exactly like how this current generation has grown up learning, right? He also said that the definition of a lecture, I love this part, is the process by which the notes of the teacher go through the notes of the student without going through the brain of either one.